Hello and welcome to Queendom TV. Now, guys, we got to talk about this, right? Pervy Prince Andy. Now, guys, when I saw this, right, I was fuming. Absolutely fuming. Now, I'm going to update you guys on what's happened. So, the time of me filming this video, it is Thursday, the 17th of February, and the previous weekend just gone. Virginia Roberts settled with Prince Andrew after 10 days of negotiation for 12 million. Is it dollars or pounds? I always get confused with this dollar or pounds. Anyway, either way, it's 12 million, right? And Virginia Roberts, for those of you who don't know, or Virginia Giuffre Roberts, she is one of the victims of the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff who came forward. She was supposed to be suing Prince Andrew. In fact, she went to so many lengths to be able to get justice in that situation. After they negotiated for these 10 days, now they have, and I've got my notes here because I was like, I will not get this incorrect, okay? So, he's going to be making a substantial donation to his accuser's charity after they've made an undisclosed out of court settlement. Sorry, I was taking a moment of silence for justice, which was not served in this situation. It's newsflash. Spoiler alert. Anyway, he was due to be going under deposition on the 10th of March. Now, if you guys want to read the main article I've used for this is on the I knew I was going to mess this up, and I wrote it here, Telegraph, so you can check in the Telegraph, right? Now, this deposition he was going to do under oath on March 10th, I was looking forward to, because that would have meant it being under oath means whatever he says has to be true. Now, this is when the stakes get high. When people go into depositions under oath, that's when the stakes are high. And obviously we hear what's going to be, and I'm no legal expert, but from my understanding, it seems like a deposition is where you like hear all the claims, you make your statement, we all establish where we're at, what we feel we have or haven't done, etc., etc. Anywho, so that's now not going to happen, which to me, this was his last attempt. Like, let me, and I haven't even addressed the fact that the Queen apparently is going to be helping to pay for this, right? Which to me blows my mind, absolutely blows my mind. And we've literally backtracked. We've backtracked from where we were in the last video I think I made about this, and I was talking about, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that royal family is stepping up, yada, yada, yada. Love to know what Prince William is thinking of this, because I can't imagine that Prince William is happy about this. That's just based on my understanding and my understanding of him and things that he said. But then again, he could have just been saying things just to appease people. We never know, do we? Now, the next part is another part that infuriated me, and I've got here quotes from two people who were involved. The first quote is from the attorney for Virginia, and also who's representing 8 victims of this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. And then I've also got a quote from the royal author. Starting with Lisa Bloom. And can I just say, both of these are by women. And I'm just gonna say this now quickly. This is another reason why I will not be talking to men about how they need to support us women until I see more women supporting us women. Because once again, we have the Lou Taylors of the world. We have the Jessie Nelson stuff, and who is it that was going against her? Women. Now we're on a high level, another high level case similar to the Britney Spears thing. Women who have been, sexually assaulted, or now it's all allegedly, and now we're definitely not, it's going to be a lot more difficult to talk about it now that justice is being served, which is ridiculous and is annoying, because now when we want to talk about things, this is the thing, guys, this is the thing that annoys me, because the thing is, in this day and age, in this world we live in, and this is why I talk a lot about the justice system, because it's unjust. God is truly justice, not this justice system, right? Because when we don't get justice in these cases, when people don't get the the punishments they deserve, or the sentencing they deserve, It means that people like me who are trying to speak out on behalf of the victims who apparently don't really, at least for Virginia, I don't know why she settled, but we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this video, so get ready for this, right? Then it makes it hard for us to talk about stuff because now everything that I'm saying is all going to be alleged now, and it's all going to be alleged, and all these people need, by the way, and this is why settlement is problematic, right? Because when you go to court, unless he got not guilty, and the thing is, people can still get not guilty and still be guilty. So if he got not guilty, right, then maybe, right? The fact is, he didn't get not guilty. He did a settlement, which to me is an admission of guilt. Because if he was that sure he was innocent, he wouldn't be paying the money, right? I certainly wouldn't be, because I would not want to have that attached to my name at all. That's how much I wouldn't want to have that attached to my name. So what I feel like has gone on here is he knows what he's done. He's getting money for the thing. I reckon they probably had some kind of a conversation basically saying, where he's saying, look, this isn't going to end well for you. The people who are involved in this are going to do some bad things. What about this? We won't give the money to you because you don't want to be seen taking money. We'll give money to a charity. You're a big woman now. It's all happened. What are you really going to do? Epstein's dead. I don't believe that. Check out my video about Epstein being alive. And so on and so forth. That's what it seems like has happened here. And that's, again, why I'm just like, ugh. The Queen, again, another woman helping with this. Anyway. And you know what the thing is about the Queen as well? Can I just say, you know, I get that it's her son, but I feel like so many of the people in the world today who are just out running rampant and doing things that they shouldn't be allowed to do and getting away with them. The reason they're getting away with them is because even their own parents are not saying something and stopping that behavior. Even their own parents, you know, are the ones who were just, what's the word? What's the word for that? They're like enabling, you know, these kinds of behavior. So yes, it's her son, but because it's her son, she's the best person in the place to go, this wasn't acceptable. We don't do that. And we certainly don't do that in this country because the people are looking up to us for a standard to that we uphold. We're supposed to represent, you know, the British people. This looks really bad. Let's go to Lisa Bloom, the attorney. She says, we hail Virginia's victory today. She has accomplished what no one else could. Getting Prince Andrew to stop his nonsense and side with sexual abuse victims. I'm fuming. Side with sexual abuse victims. Stop his nonsense. This to me sounds like a grand payoff. This sounds like a royal payoff to me. A royal payoff. And it's also exploiting something about us as human beings, which is that we have been programmed to care more about people's image than we do about their actual character. That's why I talk a lot on here about how just because somebody is involved with a charity or something doesn't say anything about who they are as a person. Okay? I could go and kill 30 people right now for no good reason, and then I could go and give 5 million to a charity. Do you understand? So I feel like this whole thing of like, stop his nonsense, side with this is, we need to start caring more about people's character than we care about the image. I'm going to get to image as well when we get to our friend here, Penny Jr. Now, I'm calling these people out by name and I'm quoting these things. I'm telling you it's from the Telegraph so you can check for yourself, right? This is a royal author. She says, going to trial could have been embarrassing, humiliating, and it could have been huge fodder for the tabloid press. So again, this idea of saying could have been fodder, right, is like this illegitimate claim, this thing that isn't true, this thing that isn't real. It could have been problematic, you know, if the press had got to it. You know what the press are like. The press would have run wild with it, which first of all, we all know that the press goes for parties at the palace. The press are in good stead. They're in good friends with the royal family, which I've talked about how dodgy I feel like that is. So let's just say that, right? Secondly, if it's true, and if it was true, Who cares if it's for the press? Thank goodness. But the truth is, I reckon if he had gone to that, they would have been making sure the press weren't saying anything. In fact, the fact that there were so many people giving comments and all the comments were happy and there was all these different quotes, because when I was reading this Telegraph article, right, there were so many people talking about this, and I was like, this to me seems like they were like, yep, please, now that this is happening, please go and give a statement. Go and speak now. Okay. She then goes on to say it could have really taken the shine off of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee year. Now, I want to ask you guys something, right? We're all friends here, right? Taking the shine off of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee year. Do you think it would have been worth it to take the shine off of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee year for victims of sexual abuse who were underaged? If it was from the royal family? Do you think the royal family deserves to even have that shine? If those things are true, which now we're doing the if again. I don't understand where we're at here as a society. I really don't. And I know a lot of people are upset. A lot of us who are the average individual are upset. You know, when I say average, I'm not average. I'm the people of God. And none of you are average. We're all unique. And we're all fearfully and wonderfully made. That's what the Bible says, okay? Amazing. But, you know, I'm saying people who are not royals in the royal family of the, you know, what you call it, of United Kingdom. So, a lot of people are upset anyway. I'm just acknowledging that. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. And I would love to have been a fly on the wall in these negotiations. How did we go from all of these documentaries, all of these depositions, these legal cases, Jeffrey Epstein dying, Ghislaine getting 70 years, which again, and I really thought Ghislaine getting 70 years was a sign that Prince Andrew was going to get in trouble. But again, goes back to what I said, and I pointed out a few things in one of my Ghislaine Maxwell videos about why she's not really protected by the likes of, you know, Andrew and people like that, because she's kind of her own thing. She's got her own thing going on, and it's also to do with her connections to the media from her dad, who was involved in the media. So look into that. It's crazy, guys. It's really crazy, and I'm disappointed. I'm thoroughly disappointed, and I personally feel I will never look at the royal family the same way again. And I appreciate that, you know, that this is all alleged and we don't know. I'm not saying that I'm saying this is 100%, but it just seems so odd to me, right? And do you know what's funny though? I will say this. Somebody said in one of my comments, they were like, you know, this whole Virginia thing, it's all fake. She's all lying. People say stuff like that. People come out and say stuff like the photos are fake, whatever. You know what? What I want a world where when people make these types of claims, we take them seriously. When people step up about this stuff, we make sure that we do our due diligence and we have proper investigations and we see them through to the end. I want us to be in society, not to sell out in these settlements, you know, for money to charity. Because you know what would have helped whatever her charity is? I don't even know what her charity is. I bet you it's got something to do with sexual abuse going against it. Do you know what would really help that charity, or help any charity for that matter? The likes of Andrew, if he's guilty, to be found out, and to be found out how he got away with this and who else was doing it. But that's not where we are right now. And I'm just fuming. Like, I'm so angry, guys. When I saw this, I was so angry. I was just like, I don't know how this happens. How does this happen to us? How does this happen? And it's because, you know, us as human beings, and I guess this is where I will, you know, what my finishing thought on all of this in terms of the image versus character thing, right? And I'm probably going to talk about that separately in another video. Us as human beings, we've got to do better and we've got to want more. I talk all the time, guys, about how, you know, the enemy always tries to tempt us in our desperate moments, right? And tempt us with things that are material so that we give up our moral rights, our morals, right? That's why I believe there's this 12 million settlement, because I can imagine somebody like Andrew or his lawyer saying stuff to her like, what are you going to stop? You're going to stop people getting this money. You're going to stop all this money going to charity, but I'm only going to do it if you drop the thing. And again, it was out of court. It is, what is it? What was the term they used here? Out of court undisclosed, all these things, right? Classic. And the thing is, with the justice system the way that it is, of course, I don't know if the judges or whoever can say, well, we don't think this is good enough, we think this is serious, and we want to discuss this further. Because the funny thing about the law as well is that sometimes if you make a claim, right, if you accuse somebody of a crime, right, depending on the situation, depends on whether you retracting that will stop what happens. Because sometimes you can retract your statement and the thing will still go through, and whatever can happen, right? So that's just all a bit weird for me. I also think that probably a judge would not want to go against this heavily, because you might not want to take on, a member of the royal family. I'm just disappointed in this, guys, and I'm truly angry. I'm truly like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying that we cannot as people, give up what's right for material things, And I know a lot of people are going to say that's easy to say, but what if you have money and you have things that you need and you have whatever your needs are? This is actually why I believe in God. This is one of the reasons I really believe in God, and I trust in him, because with him, I don't have to compromise my morals because I'm worried about stuff like how the bill's going to get paid and stuff, because I trust him, because he says he is my provider, And I think when we are in situations in the world, it's very easy for us to be manipulated by the things that we need, especially at a time like this, in a world like this, especially with powerful people who, it was already a big thing. It was already a big feat for her to even be going against the likes of Andrew, So I don't know. I'm not going to make this too long, guys. I'm shocked that, again, we have women, again, speaking up as if this is a good thing, saying that Andrew is choosing the right side. He has not. Let me read this again. Oh my gosh. What did she say? Side with sexual abuse victims. Stop his nonsense. The most vague phrase ever. Stop his nonsense. What does that mean? What does that mean? Stop his nonsense. That, like, to me, could be like the equivalent of somebody talking about, I don't know, a child crying because they had to share their toys with their sibling. Like, oh, I'm glad he stopped his nonsense. A whole situation where there were victims. And this woman, this Lisa Bloom woman, is representing 8 victims. This is why people don't come forward. This is why people don't come forward who've been through this stuff. And this is why I am so mad with this justice system that continually protects rapists and pedophiles, right? Even using people's underwear in court as a reason, as a justification, But then on the flip side, for other crimes, we want to put the whole book down on people. For things like drugs. I don't understand it. Tell me if you guys think that makes sense. I think a lot of us would feel better. Think about it like this, and I've said this before, and it's a controversial opinion, and it's going to sound crazy, right? Now, I'm not against doing anything that's illegal. Let's just start there. Don't do anything that's illegal. I believe the Bible even tells us to, obey the laws, unless it goes against his law. Let's just talk about that part. But, I'm not going against the laws or anything, but think about this, guys. What do you feel safer around? Do you feel safer around somebody that is willing to do sexual acts with a child or with a person who is not consenting? Or would you be more comfortable around somebody who is maybe selling something they shouldn't be selling, that's illegal, but is doing it completely consensually? No one in that scenario is having to is being forced. You're getting asked, you say no, You're honestly, a lot of people involved in stuff like that, and I've been studying a lot of this stuff, guys, so I have so much to say about it, and I've been experiencing things and observing and everything. A lot of people, I'll tell you, who are in prison now, who don't really deserve to be, because their crimes maybe they did because they're trying to provide for their family and stuff, not like the likes of Andrew. Like, what's his excuse? Anyway, it's all alleged, so I can't really say much, but you guys get the gist of where I'm coming from. I'm just like, when I read this, I was so mad. I wanted to make a video immediately as soon as I wanted to, but it was too late and I just couldn't make the video at that time. And so I was like, as soon as I can make this video. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below about all this Pervy Prince Andy nonsense. And just us as society. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, if you've enjoyed my video. I really appreciate if you did that. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like my video. Other than that, don't forget to check out my other videos. I do have a whole bunch of videos about the royal family, so you can check them out. And my other videos about Pervy Prince Andy are in there as well. Other than that, God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one.